In Flanders fields, the poppies grow. Between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the lark still bravely singing fly. Scars heard amid the guns below. We are the dead, short days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow. Loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields, in Flanders fields. Hello, and welcome to Minecraft again. This was a long overdue. We're back, yay. And yeah, this time with even more of my banter, and I think even more of my dumb bullshit that you probably have to put up with. Oh, it's still night. So, this is episode 1, because the first one was like a test episode, I suppose. But I guess in this episode we can just, start doing some random stuff, like, build a house, and like, make a family, grow a tree. Probably. But yeah, of course there's gonna be some as well, some very, very great commentary and whining from me for how my life is absolutely shit, and how, yours might be as well, but I'm probably gonna be talking about myself, maybe give some advice, and yeah, this is what it's gonna be. I assume this is to the outside, right? This leads to the outside, from what I understand. But, yeah. We're back. With more whining than ever. So, today, I'm probably not going to be confined to any specific theme, but let me check if we have something. Let's see. Why do you watch old movies? Okay, this is a good one. So, I've sometimes met these, not just on the internet, but in real life for me as well. There's some people, usually of a younger generation, who always go, oh, why do you watch these old movies? Why do you watch these why do you play these old games? And why do you read all these old books? There's great stuff. Actually, wait, fuck, I broke my pickaxe. Actually, to be fair, with books it's less, but it still persists. This theme that, like, if something is old, that means it's bad, but that doesn't mean it's bad. Old things are good, depending on. It doesn't depend on the. The quality doesn't depend on its age. It depends on the quality of the material, and I believe, to me, something old actually kind of makes it better. Because it makes it more, I don't know, campy to me. I've recently... Oh god, what the fuck was that? That was a zombie. I've recently watched the old Alien movie, the 1979 one, on Disney Plus, because Romulus was coming out. The interquel, or whatever the fuck they call them. Basically, between the sequels, I guess. And... basically... I absolutely fell in love with it. Not because it's something like groundbreaking or, like, I don't know, absolutely unbelievably of unbelievable quality, but no, it's because it's old, and all of these techniques that they've used to make the movie made it so impressive to me. It made the worth of the movie even bigger. And while I'm not saying that Alien is bad, by today's standards. I'm saying that it's still great. It still holds up very well. It's a good spook. Although it doesn't hit as much now as it did how many years ago? Like almost like what 50 almost. Like in 5 years it's 50, I guess. But yeah, no. It still hits. It still hits, and the scene in the ending of the movie where Ripley, I think the name of the main character is she enters like this shuttle that she's meant to escape on, that her team planned to escape on, and she ends up surviving alone by herself. So what happens is she's like, oh, the game, not the game, the movie, it tricks you into thinking that, oh, it's gonna end soon. The movie's over. She's like, starts to fuck off. Sod off. Sod off, you pussy. Yeah, it's like sets you to think like, oh, the movie's gonna end soon. It's over. Just preparing, relaxing. She like starts taking off her clothes for some reason. To go into like cryo sleep, I suppose. And then, hoa! A fucking the xenomorph hand just reaches and like almost cuts her. Like she barely dodges that shit. And to me, that scene was like absolutely terrifying. It actually made me jump up. It actually made me jump up from my seat. I felt actually terrified, unironically. And yeah, it kind of kept me on my toes. Sometimes I was bored of the movie, but in mostly it's a great piece of film art that still stands to this day, and I believe that if you didn't watch Alien, you should watch Alien. It's great. It's a great movie. Also, funny story was when I wanted to watch it and I accidentally turned on the second one and just spoiled the events of the first movie for myself. But that's a different story. Yeah, old movies are great. I've had a story once when I've watched this great movie I love with Leonardo DiCaprio. And God, what is the name of that guy? Oh, fuck, the name of the guy. A Man Named Otto. Whatever the fuck his name was. The guy from A Man Named Otto. Yeah, basically that guy. It was Leonardo DiCaprio and that guy. I forgot the name of the actor, but yeah. There's an old movie from, I think, 2002 or so. It's not old. Like, by movie standards, it's not old. It's kind of a fresh one. It's called Catch Me If You Can, and it's based on a real story of basically a scam artist who was so good at it to the point he got hired by the FBI. Yeah, and basically, the movie is fucking awesome, and I've been watching it on Netflix once, and my sister came in and she said like, "Oh, why are you watching this?" I was like, "What?" I'm watching this because I like this movie. And she's like, "Why are you watching this? It's old. It's a 2002 movie." I was like, "What? How does it make it bad?" She was like, no, I don't have anything against it. It's just, you could have watched something newer. There's so much stuff. There's so much new stuff on Netflix, but I just go, yeah, but I want to watch this movie. And like at this point, I just think like, what is the point at watching a new movie if I want to watch specifically this old one? It's good. Why should you tell me to watch a new movie for no reason? I was the one who just sat down. I was the one who turned it on, and I was the one who was watching it. Why are you dictating me what to do and what to watch when you're the one who came in? I don't get that. I sometimes don't get that. I love my sister, but like, holy shit, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah. Mm, and yeah, so on another theme, although more depressing, I've gotten a bit messed up recently over, just relationship related, and just, this, I fucking had a big fuck up with dating and stuff, and like that sort of, yeah, it didn't succeed, but I don't really, honestly, it took me like 2 days, 2 days to come to terms with that. I failed, but I believe that failure is, what makes people, what makes some people geniuses. Failure. Failure does bring us down, but it also gives us the ability to rise up to heights we've never seen before. Failure, in its like natural state, people react always badly to it, and I completely understand that. I completely understand thinking that mm, failure is bad, and that like there's some people who never fail, and like they can't afford failure. Like the stories about like, students in Japan and stuff killing themselves because they failed a test and stuff. But I believe that there's no purpose in. I believe that there's no purpose in fretting so much over failure, because if you fret so much over failure, you'll fail even more because you'll be distracted by what is happening, what happened before, than what is happening right now. And you won't be able to address it normally, and you'll... I sometimes wonder what leads people to commit suicide, and, it's kind of... I suppose it's not being able to prepare for hits in life that happen, and I think it's completely justified, although I still don't think that suicide is the right way out. I do believe that people who do think of committing suicide should, go through proper guidance. I've been there before, and it's not fun at all. And I completely understand people who feel bad and they think that everyone hates them. I sometimes think so as well, and in my opinion, my personal opinion, I think that being so hateful towards yourself makes people hate you. I'm not sure if that's true. I'm not sure if that's confirmed to be true, but I'm pretty sure in my at least like knowledge, I think it's true, and I think I'm gonna get stuck in this like in this little area. Yeah. Moving on to something much more nice. Cannibalism. Yeah, cannibalism. I've started getting obsessed again. This is a game I have a very like love-hate relationship with, not because it's bad and I like it, but because it's so addicting to the point I know that I shouldn't be playing it, and like I should be avoiding it with at all cost, but I still think that it's good, and that it's a bit of a masterpiece in my opinion. Although some people dislike it, I've actually seen people dislike it. I've seen some complaints about it. It's not about the game. Is exactly. I mean, it is kind of partially about the game, but it's not exactly about the game. I don't know how to explain it. Basically, there's this game. You probably heard about it. There's been a bunch of popular YouTubers who made videos about it. I've seen some. Big Us Amphibian does a ton of videos on them on this game, and I really love his videos. I recently went on a trip. On a trip to a different country, a very rainy country, a country in Europe. It's not the one you think it is. Not England. I went to Wales, but the UK. I went to the UK, Wales, to be specific, North Wales. Great sights and stuff. And when I was tripping, when I was on a trip there, I was watching Biggest Amphibians, like 5 hour, just compilations of his like series about the game, and it kind of inspired me to play it again. And when I came back, I booted Steam, and launched the game. I've launched the game, and I've been fucking stuck with it against my will mostly. Yeah, but this going to criticism, by the way. Speaking of the criticism about the game, I've heard a lot of people complain that it is pretty much a Dwarf Fortress clone. Dwarf Fortress clone, which, how do I say it? Which basically, instead of being like free, it has like outrageous pricing and shit. But what I believe is this game is so much better than Dwarf Fortress, in my opinion, at least because it has an actually, acceptable UI, which, Dwarf Fortress does not really have, for now at least. And what I think is, although Dwarf Fortress, I admit, I've played Dwarf Fortress for a bit, I do think it's a good game, but it's really not good to learn. I guess in the same way RimWorld is. I remember getting a friend of mine, hooked to RimWorld, trying to get him hooked, and he played it for one day and then quit. Because he said, and I quote, "The game is so hard to the point I'd rather pull out my fucking eyelids than, play that and try to learn it." And fuck off, game. And oh, it's getting dark. I should seal myself up. To me, RimWorld is still a great game, especially with mods that improve or fix all the broken shit that it has sometimes. The colonists are sometimes like dumb, like absolute like pieces of trash. They're legitimately sometimes dumber than a brick. Unironically. And I believe that this game, despite being hard to learn, is absolutely great if you learn it. I'm a really big fan of these types of games that I like, sometimes tough to master. I've played this indie game as well. It's called Star Sector. It's in development for such a long time. It's a very fun game because it has like economy mechanics. It has like a working, functioning like trading system of like market prices, and like I've made an empire in that game, which is pretty much just me LARPing as a democratic, like me LARPing as a democracy, not LARPing, but just RPing as a democracy that like serves democratic values and like blows planets up and shit to spread democracy. You know what country I'm referring to. Yeah. And basically, I've basically created an empire that bases itself on manipulating fuel prices. I raid a random, like, one of the biggest, like, cores that produce fuel. And I don't remember what the resource is that produces the fuel in that game, because I haven't played it in a long time, but I've played that game a lot, and I've basically raided the planet, raided all of its, like, fuel depots and shit, until there's, like, nothing left there. And when I do it, the prices on fuel suddenly, by coincidence, I don't know how, they rise, like, through the roof. And the prices of, like, fuel becomes, like, so high. And what do? I utilize it. I like, increase production of fuel and stuff substantially, and I profit off of it. It's really such a great game. You can earn so much money doing that. And yeah, it takes a while for the for the empire which controls the planet to, you know, restore the fuel production. So it's just for like several months I'm like just washing myself in money. Just credits. It's so insane. It's so good. Oh, speaking of democracy and, you know, just you know what I'm talking about and stuff. I've over the times I've had a lot of like political change. Oh, that was a lag. I've had a lot of political changes in like my mindset and such. And I believe that having a political stance is the right thing. And I believe that no matter who you are, and like whatever the fuck American politics is, Republican, Democrat, don't give a shit. Oh god, it broke again. Yeah, but no. I believe that having a political stance is correct. In my opinion, having it is good. And I've honestly evolved so much in my political views. I've at one point, I admit by my own admission, at one point I've been very homophobic. I've been extremely homophobic and quite intolerant. I hate I cringe at that. If I ever become like kind of famous, there's probably gonna be like some kind of leak of like a 10-year-old post on Discord of me saying slurs. I'm willing to bet that. I'm willing to bet my money on it. And I've, over the years, and I can kind of count the turning point for myself as 2021 or so, during the pandemic, when everyone was like stuck in. I went through this political change. Suddenly, I went through this political change, and I... Basically, before I was like this contrarian, pseudo pro LGBTQ bullshit guy who like, I mean by my own admission, I thought my opinions were homophobic, but basically I'm like those guys who was like, oh, I'm pro gay, but I don't but I'm not, I don't like it when it's in my face type shit, you know. I thought in retrospective, I think it's very cringe. It's extremely cringe. And I believe that doesn't make any sense. Because what the hell is the point then? If you don't want anything in your face, what do you think? What do you think they should do then? Just fucking kill themselves, all of them? No. Yeah, that's my modern political opinion. I think my previous myself, who was of that opinion, is dumb. Well, not dumb. I mean, not dumb. He just had a different opinion, I guess. He's not dumb. It's a different opinion. And I believe that everyone should have an opinion of their own. I think if you're like a Democrat, like a liberal, I guess, left-leaning liberal or whatever they're called, or like a conservative liberal, or just plain leftist, or like a communist, or like social democrat, or like, I don't know, like technocratic, I don't know, ascensionist, or whatever the fuck they're called them. Or like whatever the fuck, technocratic accelerationists as well, or whatever. I'm of the belief that you're entitled to your own opinion. Unless you're a Nazi. In that case, I'm not even fucking vouching for you. Fuck off. Yeah. And I believe that having a political stance is good. And I don't like people who say, oh, I'm not really into politics, I think that's boring. It is boring, but the thing is, you're kind of, you know, no matter whether you like it or not, you're still part of it. You're forced to deal with it. It's part of our lives, and we should not, you know, deny it and hide from it. Saying, oh, I'm non-political is honestly dumber than having a political opinion. It's it feels contrarian to me. Like you're saying, "Oh, no, no, I'm not political." I think people who worry about politics are dumb, and both sides of the same coin are stupid or whatever. No, in reality, you're the dumb one because you don't have an opinion on something that actually matters in this world and something that actually affects us all. And I believe that uh, like not caring about what is happening to your country and not being politically active is really how dictators come to power. Dictators come to power when no one gives a shit. And that's what we should always believe, and we should always be active politically. And even if you think that we shouldn't give the dumb people a right to vote, honestly, just give them a right to vote. If it destroys a country, I'll rethink that statement. But like, listen, to me it's stupid to think that some group of people do not deserve the right to vote. Everyone deserves the right to vote because I hope if not I'm kind of sorry for you. I hope you are. Um, I hope you in your country have the right to vote and the ability to. But I believe that it's night. It's not night. Day. Sorry. I believe that you have to vote. I believe that you have to vote, and no matter what party you vote for, at least don't vote for the party you hate. And you know, always have opinions on something. Try to have opinions on something. I don't mean that you have to like, oh, I've never played, but I think this sucks. No, no. Try to form an opinion on it. Try to form an opinion on it based off of your personal experience, for example. You know? This is what I believe. And I believe that everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and I think that having the diversity of opinion is a great thing. It's a great thing. For me, at least. I believe that it's great. It's a good thing, and it makes humanity in general, I think, healthier when people are able to share their opinions freely without getting prosecuted or, you know, just maybe even shot and killed, or getting hanged or getting their head chopped off. I believe that every single person is entitled to their own opinion, and opinion is great, especially diversity of opinion when people can come and discuss why they think that thing is good and why that thing is bad. You know, it's good. It's good. I should really make an axe. This is so fucking slow. There we go. Yeah, have an opinion. It's good for you. I'm saying it like I'm advertising some kind of fucking food product. Opinions, trademark. It's good for you. Yeah, but no, have an opinion, really. If you form an opinion, if you're like, oh, I've never watched JoJo, but I think I dislike it. No, go watch JoJo, at least some of the parts of it. Go watch JoJo, please. I don't really, I've watched only 3 parts of JoJo and I don't really have an opinion on it. But by my own admission, I had a phase where I disliked JoJo for watching like 3 parts of it and saying that I hate it. Yeah. That was me. At the time I was homophobic as well, so, you know. Maybe 2 things contributed to the other. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I think, I'm gonna build a foundation. I suppose. I'm gonna build a foundation. Not here. I need dirt here. I need dirt here. I'm gonna build a foundation. And I'm gonna... Oh, fuck, Wow, I'm using up dirt. That's great. Finally. Took me long enough. I love the fog in this game. It's so atmospheric. It makes it feel like it's like early morning. That it's like, oh, gotta go milk my cows, I guess. And whatever the shit. Whatever the fuck farmer's doing, like, whatever the fuck Minecraft Steve does. Yeah. It gives off a certain vibe, but I admit, makes it feel unique, the game. Really do think while while Notch is a kind of a bad person, the games he made are good. I guess C418 did contribute a lot with his music, which really made Minecraft what it is, but Notch made this game, I guess. And I mean, I guess in like political opinions, I suppose C418 and Notch are kind of different people, polar opposites. And it might seem that I'm biased here. I'm praising C418, but hating on Notch because he thinks something is bad. No, I do really think that C418 really worked on making Minecraft good. If it wasn't for him, I don't think Minecraft would be as popular as it is right now. End of story. Fuck, I need more planks. Really running out of wood. I'm really on the shortage here. I'm replanting this sapling. God, these fucking sheep are so creepy when they're shaven. God. I'm hitting the fucking tree with steak. Great, isn't it? Come on. Come on. And I think it's one more. There we go. Now we're coming back. This is the foundation. I think it's enough for a house. I'm gonna make an underground and an overground house. How about that? I think that's gonna be cool. Having all this and this and this. It's cool. I think it's gonna be cool. It's cool, I think so too. Oh fuck. Not that. Wrong thing. Now, I do appreciate what Notch made here with this game, but I do think that adding creepy noises in the caves is legitimately the worst decision he ever made through his game-making career. Oh, there we go. It's my favorite song of the Minecraft, what was it, Alpha album, I think it's called. I don't remember the name of the album itself. But yeah, it's my favorite off of there. It is really, it's really good. I appreciate what the fuck it is. I gotta start building the house, I think. There we go. Win! Woohoo! I forgot the name of that song that just played. I think it was My Son Venus, right? It was My Son Venus, I think. Yeah, great. It's awesome. I love C418. Such a great composer. Lena Raine is great too. And I'm not lying. I do believe that. I do believe that Lena Raine is a great composer as well. Come on, there we go. We finally got an axe. Wow, it took me long enough. I'm just gonna chop every single wood in here. Well, that's enough, I think. Now I'm gonna go home because I'm scared of the dark. I'll build a fucking door here. There we go. That's my house. Light nowhere else except for that one entrance in the fucking middle of the house. That's my dream house, guys. This is my dream house. There we go. Kind of okay now. Oh, it's not centered. What the hell? Come on. Break. There we go. Now I'm sealing this in. Now, if I remember correctly how to make this, I'm gonna be a genius. Oh. We don't have beds yet. I forgot. My brain's... Yeah, of course. Of course. I can't sleep through the night. I have to handle this. Okay. Well, fuck. Yeah. I forgot I can't sleep. I have... the character canonically has insomnia. I think that's why there's monsters everywhere. I think it's just the hallucinations from insomnia. Did you know that if you don't sleep for a long time, you start hallucinating? That's exactly what is going on here. Exactly what is going on. There we go. We're digging deeper and deeper into the depths of hell. It's like, what was that, like, myth? What is that, like, urban myth about, like, a Soviet, like, drill that, like, drilled into the hell, and they just recorded it, and it's just fucking, what, it's just Gachimuchi screams or whatever. Sound effects. What was that called? I mean, I think the actual, like, hole itself that they've drilled is real, but I'm pretty sure that the screams are fake. I think they stopped drilling, not because they heard those screams, but because, actually, in reality, the reason was because their shit started legitimately melting. It was so hot down there to the point they couldn't even, like, normally, like, dig their equipment literally was melting and started, like, malfunctioning. Yeah. It's a pretty interesting story. Yeah, we have the dungeon now. The dungeon keep. Tomorrow, when daylight comes, I'll probably make finish the house. Yeah, I'll finish the house. I hope it's gonna be daytime soon. I look out the window there. Yep, still night. Nothing changed. So yeah, this is the house we've built. I think this is pretty nice. I mean, not exactly the best I've seen, but this is actually pretty impressive. This is, you know, this is unfinished. I gotta finish this. This is my baby. This is my baby. Yeah, this is my baby. Baby. My baby. It's my baby. Okay, there we go. This is probably gonna lead to a different room as well. Because I think it's gonna be funny to do so. Just make it, you know, some kind of underground complex for nerds. Sorry, made a mistake there. There we go. Just carving out a base in rock. That's how they built Area 51. And Mount Rushmore. Not a base, but they did carve things out in rock, I guess. There we go. Truly beautiful. Fuck off. Feels like home. Yeah, so we have done a bit of progress, I suppose. We have built this stuff, we have built our, you know, our note shack, you could say. The beautiful note shack. Our dungeon as well. And I've really enjoyed this episode. I think I like this series. I think I really like doing this series. I think I might do this more frequently. So, yeah. I like this. I really like this. Adios.